7 years later. Up until this night, the crate has been removed from our house and all was quiet. 7 years had passed and nothing other than a door closing or a few knocks here and there happened. Maybe I let my guard down too much. I have to say without a doubt that I wish this night that I'm about to tell you had never happened. The beast was awakened and I cannot get rid of it to this day. I was now 15 years old and having a few friends over for a sleepover. They arrived at my house and we took over the now finished basement. We had a TV, a Super Nintendo, Mountain Dew, party snacks, and we planned to be rebels and stay awake as long as we could. It was my friends Justin, Matt, Kevin, and I. At around 12:30 a.m., we were battling each other in Mortal Kombat 3 when Kevin suggested we do something a little different. We finished our round with an extremely gory fatality when we all decided to tell scary stories. Most of them were just goofy stories with a loud yell at the end, when Matt asked me if I had any stories to tell. I hesitated at first, but then I told them all about Andy and the crate after we moved. When I told them nothing has happened since, then Kevin asked us if we ever heard of a Ouija board as he pulled out the box from his backpack, and then told us that we can communicate with the dead. I was excited at first because I wanted to know if it really worked. He set up the board on the ground and pulled out a candle and lit it as I turned off the lights. We put our fingers on the planchette and started to move it around the board. Kevin then asked, "Is there anyone there that would like to speak with us?" Then we stopped moving it and waited a few seconds. It slowly crept, then glided to yes. Then he asked, "What is your name?" And it started moving again. I said, "All right, who's moving it?" Matt said, "I'm not." Justin then said, "Me neither." And Kevin shushed us. It then moved to the A, then to the N, and I got a horrible feeling, then to the D, and then to the Y. Then I realized, all right guys, really funny. They assured me it wasn't them. I then said, "It's a little weird I tell you the story about Andy and the board happens to spell out that name." Without answering, the planchette started to move again for a while, and it spelled, "Can you invite me in?" I instinctively took my hands off when I realized I never told them that part of the story, and my friends did the same. The candle started to flicker and a breeze hit us. Matt said, "Did you feel that?" Then a soft scraping noise caught our attention. I turned on the flashlight and looked around, and nothing in the room was out of place. I looked at Justin and his eyes were wide as I asked him, "Justin, what's wrong?" He said, "Look at the board." I looked down and saw the planchette slowly moving on its own. I never saw what it spelled, but Matt did. But before he could tell us, the flashlight flickered and the planchette moved towards goodbye, but went over it onto the carpet and tipped over. I said, "Kevin, put that thing away." Without even hesitating, he did. I asked Matt what it spelled. He said he's not entirely sure, but he's almost sure he saw it spell, "I'm back." We turned on the lights and I had a horrible feeling again. I wanted to believe Kevin was playing an elaborate hoax on me, but he was just as scared as the rest of us were. We tried to take our minds off of everything by watching TV when my father came downstairs and made us all jump. He looked really angry. I said, "What's wrong, Dad?" He said, "It is 1:15 in the morning and I don't appreciate you guys running up and down the hallway, laughing and knocking on all the doors. There's a huge thunderstorm on its way and I don't want you guys up all night. It is time to go to sleep, now." We all looked at each other and Justin was about to reassure him it wasn't us, when I said, "All right, Dad, we'll go to sleep, we're sorry." He said sternly, "Good night, boys," and he went back upstairs. Justin asked, "Why didn't you tell him?" I said, "I'm not sure, I just knew he wouldn't believe us." Kevin said, "Let's just go to sleep." We all climbed into our sleeping bags and laid there completely wide awake. We were chatting back and forth when Kevin said, "I believe your story, you know." Matt and Justin agreed. I said, "Thanks, guys." After that, we finally drifted to sleep. At 3:45 a.m., I was awoken by someone furiously pulling my sleeping bag and moving me with it across the floor as a huge crack of thunder filled the room. Matt was startled awake and saw me being pulled across the floor. The television then turned on and a station of static lit up the room. Justin and Kevin woke up at this point and we noticed the room was extremely hot and we all had a really bad feeling. We huddled together and scanned the entire basement. It was silent, except for the torrential rain from outside and the loud roaring thunder from above. As the television turned off and we were put back in total darkness, a flash of lightning filled the room as Justin yelled, "Oh my God, look, under the stairs." We all looked and saw a pair of blood-red eyes watching us from a huge shadowy mass. The thunder again howled through the room, and when it stopped, the mass made a horrible, demonic scream. Then it faded and the room cooled off. Kevin then said, almost crying, "I'm so sorry, I shouldn't have brought that Ouija board." Then the basement door opened and slammed shut as loud, deliberate footsteps were heard right above us, and then everything stopped. None of us can sleep until the sun started to come up. At 7:30 a.m., I woke up again, and then I felt a warm, dull pain on my chest. The pain got stronger and hotter by the second. I pulled my shirt down and saw 4 claw marks on my chest getting redder and more noticeable by the second. I looked around and heard a demonic laugh. Ever since that night, the friendship between me, Matt, Justin, and Kevin got stronger than ever. We went through this together, and I knew we all believed it because we all saw it. I felt reassured until that night when I went to sleep alone, and I was awoken yet again by that familiar scratching sound. Thanks again, everybody. Don't forget to hit that like and please subscribe. And don't forget to tell everybody about the channel so we can really get it going. Thanks.